All right, we finally got some new info for the Safehouse in the Hills GTA Online DLC update. It is releasing next week on December 10th instead of the 9th like we thought. Rockstar has shared a Newswire as well as a trailer, so we'll be breaking down all of that and more in this video. Before we get into it though, of course, if you guys do want to see more about this update as well as just more Rockstar Games content, then make sure to subscribe as well as put on post notifications. So the craziest part about this is the fact that you wouldn't even expect it really, because everybody has been talking about this for years now, but Michael is actually coming back in this update. So let's get into breaking down the trailers. So in the first shot, we just have one of the new mansions that we can purchase. This is nothing new, we've seen this before. And then in the next shot, we have GTA Online characters exercising or doing yoga on top of the roof, as well as with the helipad next to it. And we also have a dog, and it does seem that we may be able to own pets in this update. And then in the next shot, we have Amanda as well as Michael coming up to the front door. This is probably going to be how the mission or, mansions DLC kind of starts off. Or it could just be one of the things that start a little bit after we purchase it, and they come up to our door and then we have, conversation with them. So Michael and Amanda have obviously changed. It has been, a good amount of years. I think it's been what, like 12 something years since this game released, and this is of course the first time we're seeing him in online. So then in the next shot, we have one of the GTA Online characters in one of the rooms in the mansion. We could have some artwork on the wall and also some decoration in the middle, which is going to be similar to how we could do it in the casino penthouse. So I would assume a lot of things that we do have in that penthouse is going to be brought over to the mansions, but probably just improved and better. Also, if you look on the right side, we can see that we have one of the little screens that we could talk to the AI assistant with, which we're going to break it down in this next shot, where we have a main TV with the AI assistant on it, and you're able to, obviously get some type of business or service. It's considered as an AI concierge, and you are able to also choose from one of the 3 personas. So pretty much you just have to see what options that Rockstar gives us available. And I don't know exactly what Rockstar is going to be letting us choose from and how things are going to work fully with this AI system, but it is going to be pretty cool. It does make sense to put AI since obviously it has grown in the past few years. It's a little bit surprising that Rockstar is doing it, but just know if it's in this game for sure, get ready for it to be in GTA 6 next year. The next shots show us the safe vault that we could have in our mansions. And this is going to be probably around the size of the Fleeca Bank. And then we have the armory coming from the agency, and then also a shot at the garage, which looks kind of similar to the office garages, but it obviously will be a little bit different with, like, it's not going to be a full-on circle. So it's kind of a mix of like the Vinewood Club garage and the office garage with the designs. Of course, this will be customizable, change it how you want to, all of that. So this is going to be pretty cool. And this is, of course, one of the new cars that is coming in this update as well. And then it also seems that we can have an arcade as well as a few lounge spots. And then we get to see another familiar face, which is Avi Schwartzman. So he doesn't play that big of a role, but this character came out, I think, with the casino heist. And this was one of the, characters you are able to collect for. And then you would be able to get, I think, him as a hacker for the casino heist, which saved you about, I think, 5 seconds compared to the other original. So it wasn't that bad, but this is, I'm pretty sure, the character that was tied to the signal jammers in the game. So it seems that we're going to be working with him as well. And there's going to be some type of mission where we have to go out into the water and, use a tugboat and all of that. So this is obviously going to be a really slow mission, but it is what it is. More missions, of course, with a police chase that's going on. Another shot of like some of the nightclub scenes, which is something that probably will also be included in the mansions. And then we have another shot of a kind of like hacking room or some type of like, private, business information room. And this could be, something else that Rockstar could throw in. This next shot with this character over here, it does seem to be part of a mission. This kind of looks like the clubhouses that we have in the game. I'm not really sure, but that's what it looks like. This is, again, something that Rockstar most likely will be throwing in to a side mission. And then we got a shot of, I'm assuming, GTA Online characters putting trashes to the back. So another mission where we're going to be, setting up or looking or disguising, I guess, as a, trash worker. And you are able to probably just end up stealing something. We got a shot of Michael and, just again, continuing with the mission stuff. And we also have this vehicle, which I think is the Camera Vivante. And it seems that Rockstar has added some upgrades onto it, unless these upgrades are already in the game. But regardless, though, it is pretty cool to see that. And then pretty much just another chase scene, the typical Rockstar, driving through the city. We also have a, shot of some of the new cars that Rockstar is going to be introducing as well into the game. There's also going to be another mission, or it could even be the same mission where Rockstar, takes place on the water with helicopters shooting at GTA Online characters, and pretty much just, a little bit of a look into the mansion as well, again, with Michael and our GTA Online character. And this vehicle, the Camera Vivante, does seem to be pretty important when it comes to this, because it will be part of a specific, I guess, company or group with it having a logo on the side, as well as us having multiple of them throughout this part. And then after that, that's pretty much the end of the trailer. So I did want to also look at the Newswire where Rockstar kind of breaks it down a little bit. So first, it is coming on all of the consoles, so PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, One, and also PC. So it's not only for the enhanced versions. There's some additional things that Rockstar lets us know is that there's going to be some trophy cabinets, a private salon, animal kennels as well. There's going to be production boosts if you want to for your businesses, and a private security detail, which is optional. There's going to be artfully lit garage, which is again going to be pretty similar to the office one. A vehicle workshop is also going to be there. Indoor car podium. So I will be breaking down most of this, or pretty much all of this, in a separate video. So definitely look forward to that. But besides that, also, if you do have GTA Plus, you are able to get the Vapid FMJ MKV, which is the vehicle I showed earlier, available a week early, which is going to be pretty nice. And then Rockstar also is going to be adding a new option for GTA Plus members, which is a way that you're able to manage staff members remotely for select businesses, which is going to be honestly kind of useful. Rockstar is also throwing in a little bit of information about what they plan on releasing in the future. So we do have some new law enforcement vehicles, drift variants, free mode events, and several experience upgrades coming too. A bunch of new vehicles will be releasing in this update, as well as how Special Works compatible cars and ones that can have the Amani tech. New mission creators also releasing pretty soon as well, where you're able to design and publish your own missions with specific game mechanics and all of that. And Rockstar is also mentioned at the end that this is the last week if you do want to focus on getting the new listing missions, so you are able to get that discount on the mansion. So if you haven't done that already, you have until the 7th. Get that done for sure to save a lot for these mansions. So Rockstar, honestly, I'm a little surprised again with the fact that they added Michael to this update. It's something I don't know, like we knew it was going to happen, but we just weren't really sure exactly what. But it makes perfect sense for this update. It's, luxury mansions, all of that update. So rigging him is great. It's also nice that Rockstar decided to go on a full-on, fledged update and not just focusing only on mansions. Previously, it did kind of seem that Rockstar was going to have a bit of a dry update with them just only releasing a few mansions and maybe like 1 or 2 vehicles and calling it a day. But it seems like Rockstar is going more into it, and you are able to actually do these missions as well without purchasing this new mansion. So if you don't want to spend all that money, you could just at least have fun with the new stuff, as well as also purchase the new vehicles as well, which is pretty nice. Something that Rockstar really hasn't, I guess, done in the past, since most of the time you do need to purchase whatever new property came out in order to play these missions. So this seemed pretty fun. What's even great is the fact that Rockstar will be, of course, adding a lot of interesting drift fed content, as well as also the festive surprise update, which will be coming out about a week after this update releases. So honestly, I'm pretty excited. Of course, we'll be sharing a lot more information on this channel about this update. But if you guys did enjoy, you already know what to do. Subscribe. Don't forget to put up post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.